G'day, me again, my smiley face, need a shave. But anyway, what I want to do now is show you how we install some sealant. All right, so I'm going to flip you around. Okay, so here, I'm just going to take it. You can see that we've got your table module here. This is one of the first things you're going to be doing, table module. And you can see that I've got the cameras and stuff ready to show. But first of all, what I really want to show you is how we do generally a straight line. Okay, hopefully you can all see that. Okay, so I get my sealant, my silicone, I get myself set up because I want some wipes. Okay, I keep my silicone gun clean and my nozzle clean. Yeah, these, you'll need a couple of packets of these. All right, I never wipe that because these have got solvents on them and I don't want to contaminate my substrate. Okay, so one of the key elements and critical skills of waterproofing is how we install sealant. So you can go on a 45-degree angle, but I generally find that doesn't put the sealant into the joint. We want to get the sealant into that joint to give it a waterproof seal at that joint. Okay, so here I'll move you back a bit so you can see. Okay, so here I go on a 90-degree angle. I got my nozzle cut and I'm squeezing the gun. Okay, see how I just released the nozzle, the trigger? That just takes the pressure off the end. Yeah, so we want to release that pressure. So here I can come up here. I'll go at a 45-degree angle so you can see the difference. Alright, so then I keep my nozzle clean. I'll put that up there. Remember, wherever we put silicone, the membrane won't stick to, so we have to be really neat with our tooling off. And this is probably one of the critical aspects of this job. So if you remember, I don't want to see anyone using their finger. Have a look. Okay, so you've introduced contaminants into the sealant. Okay, and if you have a look closely, you can see that we've pushed a lot of the sealant out where we really want that 12mm curved profile in there. And at the moment that looks like it's about a 20 or 25mm. You can see along here how we've pushed it out because I've just dragged my finger across there. Where a better way to do it, at a minimum, would be, okay, get my paddle pop stick and I just go on an angle and I generally just tool off every few millimeters. Okay, you can see how I'm doing it. I've just got the process right. What I can also do is change the angle of the paddle pop stick, so I can drag it along there like that. I can change the angle of the paddle pop stick. See how I'm going flat on the surface. Okay, so I can generally just do that. Now what I really want to show you is, because we've got our nozzle cut right, I haven't got a huge amount of what I call over application. Because see that dark line there? That's a residue of the silicone. And our membrane won't even bond to that. So not only will our membrane not bond to the white silicone, it won't bond to the residue out here. So you may be thinking that you're putting a 12mm bond breaker in, but if you're really lazy and messy with your application, you'll get a 20mm bond breaker. And for reasons that I'll explain in class, that's generally not good. Okay, so the neater you are with your application, the better the outcome. All right, so you can see here we've got some tooling off that we need to do. So that's one tool. Yeah. Okay, let's use this profile. You might be thinking that is the same as that, and generally it looks the same, but I find that if I stick that into there, it takes a lot out, doesn't it? So again, I get my cloth and tool off. So what I generally do is I get it to sit like that. So this is on the bottom and that's up the wall. And you'll find that I can just drag that along. Okay, So I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to tool my profiling tool off. And I'm not really getting much. So I'm sort of guaranteeing myself that because that's measured at 12 mil, that profile there in the wet silicone is going to be 12 mil. I can then get my paddle pop stick and I can clean that up a bit. I'm resisting getting my finger and going along that joint. Here's my other tool that I can use, similar to paddle pop stick, but I feel like I've got more control over this. Again, not much coming off, but as soon as I change the angle, okay, you look at how much I dragged off. Now, I want to keep my tools clean, so I get my wipe. I wipe it along the bottom, so I'm pushing it on the... Okay, see how I'm keeping everything clean, even my hands. Okay, so even I'm trying to keep that clean, because I don't want to transfer any silicone anywhere. Okay, wipe, wipe, wipe. I'll get myself another cloth. Right, now, even if I'm messy, oh gee whiz, oh no, okay. That's a lot of sealant there, isn't there? Okay, so how do we handle that? Well, I get my cloths ready. You can see here that that's really a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of product in there. Yeah, we can handle that, so let me show you. So let's get the yellow profile tool here. I'm looking for the number 10. I think the number 8's a little bit too tight, too small. So I'm looking for the curve profile, and you can see that it's generally been used a lot. So how we use these is I stick it on the floor and I'm dragging along the wall. And if I show you here, you can see that there's a bit of a gap there, hopefully. Yeah. So as I'm dragging along, I never generally come this way. If I'm going to go that way, I'll turn it around and I'll just drag it. See, there's a bit of light there, hopefully. Yeah. So let's get this profile tool. I'll get my cloth ready, wherever that's gone. Yep. And here. Okay, tool it off. Tool it off. See that? Now, I just dragged it along all the way. Look at what happens. I get build up on that front edge, build up on that front edge, build up on that front edge, build up, build up, build up, build up. Okay, you may think that's pretty good, but I'm going to show you in a minute. So keep my hands clean. I'm going to pick you up. So, can you see all that residue out here? Yeah, that's pretty. That's a lot, isn't it? We want that 12 mil nice profile, and see how it got bigger and bigger. That's simply because we didn't tool off quickly. So if you drag your tool along all the way and let the stuff build up, you'll end up with not a nice outcome. So how do we fix that? I get my knife and I just generally just try and tidy that up. I just take my time. See how I'm just wiping it and trying to pick up all that residue. Okay, so we've tidied that up a bit. There's not much we can do about the residue that's on there now, but at least we've tidied up that profile. Okay, so it's straight line, how to do a straight line. That's my expectation for you. All right.